this is a quilt that I have designed, and I wanted to show you how to make this. My goal with this quilt is I wanted to create something that is one block, that is easy to make, and that when you put it together, it is going to make a very fun secondary design. And so that is what I have accomplished with this, and I want to show you how to make it. So I'm going to show you the block. This is the block right here. From this corner to this corner, this square here. Now, what I like about that is when you set them together, you get a very all over design. Now, the one thing that I will show you is once we make this block, I'm going to show you, we're not going to set them together 1, 1, 1. We're going to alternate them. Let's go ahead and show you first how to make the block, and then I'll show you again how it's set in here. Now I'm going to show you how to make one block, but I'm going to show you with our background fabric and our fuchsia pink fabric and our brown fabric. Now for the quilt, this is the block I'm going to show you. For this quilt, what I actually used was just a little bit different. Instead of using just one color for the pinks, I actually had a charm pack of solid. So there's a little bit of variation in this quilt, but I'm going to show you one block using just the 3 colors. And then of course, if you want to use different colors for your pinks, you can definitely do that. So for this block, I am going to need 1 5-inch pink square, 2 of the natural colors 5 inches, 1 of the brown 5 inches, and then for my 4.5-inch pieces, I am going to need 4 4.5-inch of my background and 1 4.5-inch of my brown.
Now the first thing we're going to do is pick up our 5-inch squares of background. Now I am using my Air Erase pen by Sew Line. This is the one that will disappear over time. You can use a regular pen or pencil because this will be on the back, but I like to use my Sew Line pen. From corner to corner, you're going to lay your ruler down and you're going to draw a line right from corner to corner. Then I've just moved my ruler over 1/4 inch. I've drawn a second line, and now I'm going to turn it around, putting it 1/4 inch from that center line and draw a third line. And we are of course doing this on the wrong side of our fabric. So there are the 3 lines, and I'm going to draw these again. This line in the middle, the first line, is a cutting line, and you'll see in a minute. The outside lines that are each 1/4 inch from there are going to be the lines that we sew on. This will give us the nice half square triangles. Now we're going to take one of our background layers and lay it over top of one of the colored brown square, and then one over the pink square. I'm going to take these to the sewing machine. I am going to sew on those outside lines only. Now what you'll notice is as I am sewing this, I'm going to sew one line, turn it around by just picking up my presser foot and sewing the second line. There's no need to take it out from the machine and back in again. So sewing the first line, and I apologize for the bouncing. This table's not that stable. And see, I've just turned it around, put the presser foot back down, and I'm sewing on that second line. It'll be very fast to do it this way. Now that I have sewn on both of my squares, I'm now going to line up my ruler and cut it straight down the middle. And you can see now I have 2 half square triangles of brown in background. And this one will be 2 half square triangles of pink with background. Once I've pressed my pieces, I'm now going to take the time to trim off these dog ears. It will help cut down on bulk when you are sewing these blocks together. I'm ready to lay out my blocks to lay out my units to form the block that will be used in this quilt. This quilt is made of this block over and over and over again. And it always helps me to lay it out so that I can make sure I have the pieces going. I'm a little bit directionally challenged, so this laying it out helps me make sure I have the pieces going in the right directions. It's going to help at this point if you take the pattern and put it near your sewing machine so you can see exactly that block pattern as you sew these pieces together so that you can double check. So now it's simply a matter of us sewing the blocks together in the formation that we had laid out on our table.
Okay, so you see I have finished my block, just as I said I would. Now I'm going to show you how this quilt is set so that you get this exact pattern. So for instance, here's our block right here. The way this is set together is that every other time I'm going to sew the block together in rows, and every block that is next to this one will be turned this way. We're going to take our block, okay, and it goes like this. Now the next time when I move it to the next position, I am going to switch it up right. And so if you think of this as a person doing jumping jacks, she's jumping to the side. I guess we could think of her as doing cartwheels. She starts like this. The next block she's like this. The next block she's like that. That is how you take this very, very simple block and you make this wonderful secondary pattern. And because it gives you this sophisticated look that people won't be able to readily look right at it and see exactly what you did. But honestly, all you did was make half square triangles and blocks. So give that a try. And if you do, please, I'd like to see your block in the Quilted Turtle Facebook page. I'm going to have a link for that below. And I'd like to see, let's see what everybody's working on. Let's see how it goes. And just do one block and let us see how yours looks. They all will look different. So again, this is the Autumn Bloom pattern. And if you like this, please click like and subscribe. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to have another video that should be appearing here for if you like more videos like this. You can click on the next one.